So, what happens when you connect, say, a farm, a clinic, and a local business? It sounds like they're in totally different worlds, right? Well, today, we're going to dive into a story that does exactly that. It weaves them all together into this single, powerful system that, well, it can completely change a community.
So when we ask this, we're not just talking about, selling mushrooms at the local market. No, this is so much bigger. It's about totally reimagining what a mushroom or a millet or even a jackfruit could actually become. It's about spotting the hidden potential in things we see every day and building a whole economic and health system around it.
And this is the problem you see in so many places, right? Think about it. You've got farmers over here growing food, you've got nutrition experts over there talking about health, and then you have local businesses trying to get off the ground. But are they actually talking to each other? Most of the time, not really. They're all kind of stuck in their own lanes, in their own little worlds, and all that amazing potential for them to work together, it just gets lost.
Okay, but what if there was someone who could see across all those different worlds? Someone who had the vision to connect all the dots? Well, that's where our innovator comes in. Meet Shamsiya A.H, who had this incredible vision to link everything together.
And this is what's so cool. Her background is why she was the absolute perfect person for this. I mean, we're talking about more than 20 years of experience, and not just in one thing. She was a clinical nutritionist, so she got the health side of things. She was an agricultural expert, so she knew the local crops inside and out. And on top of all that, she was a teacher and an educator, so she knew how to actually connect with people in the community. It's that rare mix of skills that gave her the perfect blueprint.
All right, so where do you even begin trying to build these huge connections? Well, the first link in the chain was all about rethinking the product. They weren't just going to sell raw produce. They were going to create something with a real purpose, something called functional foods.
And this is a really key idea. We're talking about moving beyond food that's just, for energy or calories. Functional foods, they're different. They're designed with a very specific job in mind, to use the power of natural ingredients to help tackle real health issues like common lifestyle diseases. And check out how they put this idea into practice. Instead of just selling a basket of mushrooms, they turn them into something totally new, like a high-value mushroom coffee powder. And those other local resources, the ones that were maybe a bit overlooked, like millets and jackfruit, they suddenly became the stars of the show, the foundation for all these new innovative health foods. This is literally where innovation meets opportunity.
Okay, so you've got these incredible new products. That's fantastic. But that's only half the story, right? The next big question is, who's actually going to make and sell this stuff? And this is where the whole model gets really powerful, because it shifts to empowering the community itself, especially women.
So, let's talk about this number, 26.5 lakh rupees. That's a serious investment. This money was used to build a district-level incubation facility. And listen, this wasn't just some community kitchen. Think of it more like a launchpad for local food entrepreneurs, giving them the actual tools and the space they needed to really get their businesses flying.
And they had a clear roadmap to make it happen. It was a really structured, supportive process. First, you get the training and learn the skills. Then you move on to actually developing these innovative products. And you're not alone. You get ongoing support inside that incubator. But here's the clincher. They also help these new businesses connect with all the official groups for licenses and food safety standards. So you're not just making something in your kitchen, you're building a real legitimate business.
But the impact didn't just stop with the businesses. No way. It created this amazing ripple effect out into the whole community. And this number here, 536, that's how many Nutri-gardens were set up across the district. That's huge. This program was tackling nutrition right at the source, helping families grow their own healthy food.
Okay, so let's pull all this together. We've got these amazing new products, and we've got empowered entrepreneurs ready to go. Now, let's see how all these pieces connect to create this beautiful, self-sustaining system.
All right, let's build this whole continuum, piece by piece. The foundation, where it all begins, is with agriculture. It starts with those local crops, especially the ones that maybe weren't getting a lot of attention before. The mushrooms, the millets, the jackfruit. Okay, so the next link, you take that raw produce and you transform it into those innovative functional foods we were talking about. And just like that, you've created a direct line from what's being grown in the fields to better targeted nutrition for the community. And because these nutrient-packed foods are now easy for people to get, the system starts to actively improve the whole community's health. This isn't just about having something to eat anymore, it's about preventative healthcare. It's about tackling those common lifestyle diseases head-on. And this is what closes the loop. These new food products are the foundation for sustainable,
women-led businesses. That means local jobs, local income, and real economic growth. And that economic growth, it can then be reinvested back into more agricultural innovation. The system literally feeds itself. It's a perfect circle.
This phrase from the source material just sums it all up perfectly. It's a sustainable agriculture, nutrition, health enterprise continuum. And that word continuum is so important. It's not just a series of separate steps. It's a seamless, flowing cycle where every single part makes the other parts stronger. I mean, that is the very definition of smart, holistic development.
And that really leaves us with something to think about, doesn't it? This whole story just goes to show what's possible when you look at everyday things from a completely new angle. So it makes you wonder, what's hiding in plain sight in your own community? What overlooked crops or hidden talents are just waiting for someone to come along and connect the dots?